Hello everyone. Today, my team and I will be looking at cognitive and metacognitive strategies. Now, my team consists of yours truly, Ashley Waddell, Miss Carrie Ann Roberts, Miss Sophie Nabaldio, and Miss Calavant. In the learning process, both cognitive and metacognitive strategies play a vital role in helping students acquire and apply knowledge effectively. Cognitive strategies help students to learn by organizing, analyzing, and connecting information. For example, summarizing or using diagram. Metacognitive strategies involve thinking about one's own learning. As such, planning, checking, and reflecting on what works best. Together, these strategies improve understanding, problem solving, and independent learning. Now, the two strategies that we'll be looking at today are cognitive. For the cognitive strategy, we'll be looking at summarizing, and for metacognitive, we'll be looking at self reflection. I will now invite Miss Calavan to continue this presentation.
Thank you, Ms. Waddle, for the invite. So, our topic for our lesson is based on physical properties of the soil, and the objectives we hope to achieve at the end of the lesson are using pictures and charts. Along with samples, students will correctly define what is a soil and identify the different types of soil and describe them. Some materials we'll be using are soil samples, plastic cup, spoon, and the agriculture science textbook. I'll first begin my lesson by playing a game called What Am I? This will allow the students to think and guess what the topic will be. Then I'll state my objectives. Phase 1 of our lesson, students will divide themselves into small groups and they'll be given reading materials. Now this will introduce our cognitive strategy, which is summarization, where they will read and summarize in their own words. Here's an example of a reading material. For phase 2, we'll provide each group with samples of soil and students will analyze the texture of the soil samples. Here is a look at students analyzing the soil. Now I will invite my next colleague, Ms. Carrie Ann Roberts, to take you through the rest of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Calvin. I'll be looking at phase three. I'll provide questions for students. We will also look at the metacognitive strategies where students will do a self questioning. And here are the questions. What did you learn about soil properties today? What difficulties did you face? And lastly, what questions do you still have? Phase 4, each group will prepare a report on what they would have observed during the group work practical. In conclusion, using both cognitive and metacognitive strategies in learning helps students not only to understand content better, but also become more aware of how they learn. This leads to improved problem solving, critical thinking, lifelong learning skills that is essential for success in agriculture science and beyond. Thank you for listening. I hope this was very educational.